similar to him. When I came here, no one's guaranteed to play. And I knew that going in, no matter, even if I signed with a championship team, I knew I wasn't guaranteed to play. And we have a really strong squad. You see the way the strikers play, very physical. So I'm trying to learn that as well as learn the wide side as well. So as I said, there's a lot of information you have to take in. But I'm very patient. I know the level is to step up, and I will buy my time. And I just have to be ready when I get my time to make sure I take the opportunity. But I think it'll be arrogant of me to say that I should be playing, because the players that got Luton Town to the Premier League are very good players, and I just have to respect that and just try to learn off them and be ready for my chance.
How hard will it be for you to reproduce your performance that you did against France? Because I think there was a feeling you nearly grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck and really got stuck into that French team. How confident are you can reproduce that again on Thursday night?
Well, I think we're confident if we can increase the intensity that we played with in Aviva. We'll always give ourselves a right chance. Doesn't matter who we play. I think we just hopefully we can get a reward for our efforts early on and have something to hang on to. I think we had great chances and we just couldn't. The keeper had a very good night, and obviously we were stunned by that long range effort from Pavard, and that's the difference in this level. That's just one chance, one goal changes everything, and hopefully now the fortune will fall in our hands now if we can start with that intensity and get a reward for our efforts, and who knows what will happen.
And you went toe to toe with Kylian Mbappe very well, Chiedozie. Is that a kind of a game then when you're going in? The manager probably doesn't even have to speak to you. Are you just really up for trying to take on Kylian Mbappe yourself?
I think the occasion is very big. I don't think I go in there trying to play 1v1 with a player. I think I'm really privileged to be here, and you've seen a packed Aviva, what it means to the country, and I think that kind of atmosphere creates kind of that fire in every player to perform for yourself, for the country, and for your family. So I think it doesn't matter who we play. I should have that burning fire within me just to hopefully, if Mbappe is not playing, I will still hope to put such performances out, because we all want to win games and we want to pick points up. So I think obviously I'm fortunate I was able to perform on that night, but I will put pressure on myself to make sure I can perform like that again, whoever I come up against.
John Fan, please.
Just on with that night, you had a particular effective night. Where did you see somewhere? What areas did you see you get at France?
Obviously, we've watched clips with them, and we obviously their strong side is the left side as well as the weakness. Obviously, you got to compensate, and we just seen that if we can overload the fullback, maybe that will give us a chance, because one of the best players in the world is playing on the left side, and the fullback have to kind of do double running for him. So we just seen that as an effective way if we can overload them, but as well as just show them respect, not too much respect. They're a good group, one of the best countries in the world, but we need to go out there and raise the intensity, because it doesn't matter who you play against. If you raise the intensity, it's going to be a difficult night for anybody, and that's what we try to do, just play a high intensity game and frustrate them a bit, and I think that really worked in our favour. Obviously, we're fortunate to give her that long range shot, but I think overall the performance was good, but as I said, we just need to tweak it, and hopefully the fortune will fall in our part, and we can go a goal up.
And just secondly there, we know we missed you in June, hamstring again.
Yeah.
Have you had to change? Have you had advice in terms of your game? Is there anything you can do, or do you just know when you clutch it that it's torn? Or
I think I've been fortunate. The hamstrings, I've always had it is not being from sprinting without any contact. Someone has been contact, so stuff like that I can't prevent. Being nudged or being carrying the weight of someone on your body. Doesn't matter how much injury prevention or yoga I do, that's very difficult to prevent. So when I did speak to physios, he's looked at my record and said I haven't been sprinting on my own and pulled my hamstrings, so that's a good sign. It's always induced by a nudge, and that's very difficult to prevent. So that's given me confidence that I'm doing what I can. But as I said, I do a lot of yoga, I do everything. It's some things meant to be as well. In the championship, I played a lot of games repetitively, so that could play a part. But who knows? I'll continue to do what I do, and I've been fortunate enough. I haven't had many. When I do have one, I know it is a difficult one, but I don't have recurring as often as players of my caliber should have.
Just a question each from now on, because we've got 4 people to get around with 3 minutes left. So David, David.
Gio, you mentioned actually earlier about when Luton asked you to come and sign, that part of the reason was obviously your upbringing in terms of where you've been in the game. So there's no doubt then as soon as you get there, you're like, right, I can relax now and take a handy. You've made it.
No. I was dying to be involved in the team. I've played in the Premier 3 games now, and I'm upset that I'm not starting. So it's a good sign for me, and obviously the manager knows that. But I don't want to just play in the Premier, just say I compete in the Premier League. I want to, be effective in the Premier League and see where my career can go again. And I have small targets and goals in life. The main one was international football, Premier League. Now, after a couple of months, hopefully I'll, set another goal for myself to push on. If not, my goal right now is to hopefully as a team survive in the Premier League and see what we can do. So I always have goals for myself.
Neil Reardon, please.
Gio, I think you've been on trial at Chelsea before. Can I just ask you what it was like going back there to Stamford Bridge as a Premier League player? Did you get a chance to reflect on how far you've come and how you might, first you don't succeed in that kind of approach?
I remember speaking to my family, and my brother said to me, I remember when you went on a 2-week trial at Chelsea, who would have thought, huh? And we laughed about it, but I think I have to give myself some credit and how far I've come in 6 years. As I said, from 6 years, Limerick FC to the Premier League. My manager said there's 1 in 200,000 people do that.
Which manager was that?
Joe Gamble. So I had him, and he said that's 1 in 200. Because I rang him for advice, and I said, I had this opportunity, and he told me you had to take it, and it was a decision I was obviously never going to say no to.
Aidan?
Chiedozie, there's 50 odd teams playing in the qualifiers this week, but in terms of the challenge to France, they're at home, they have a full house. Apart from Canate, they're at full strength. They've left out a lot of players. I think they've 14 sheets in a row. Is this the biggest challenge in Europe at the moment, do you think?
For us right now, yes. It's the next game. It's the next game. It's the biggest challenge that we can face in this moment of time. Right now, if we can, get a good result, I think we're back in control of our destiny. I said it. I had a serious discussion, and I said, let's be realistic here. We need something like 3 or 4 points here to being competitive again. So we've put that kind of pressure on ourselves. I know we're playing Holland and France, but we need to get at least 4 points to have control of our destiny. Obviously 3 points puts us back into it, but we're not in control, and we want to be in control. So that's the pressure the managers put on us, and that's the pressure we're putting on ourselves. And I'm sure we all want to achieve that, but we can't go in there saying that it's the biggest game just to play the biggest game. We want to qualify for Germany, and we're not just here to compete. So we're pushing to qualify.
Final question from Philip, please.
It's just about what Neil said there. You made yourself 6 years. I was just going to look back. Your Irish debut, Gio, I think was summer of June 2021. Have you surprised? Has that journey surprised you that you made your Irish debut? I think a couple of minutes came on, you made an impression. Was it Qatar? I think it was Qatar. Hungary, yeah. And you looked like you were very comfortable in that level. And have you surprised where you are now in 2 years? And does that give you confidence going forward for big challenges like Paris, France?
Exactly. I'll be honest with you, yes, I didn't think my international career was going to take off as quickly as it did. But as I said, I was fortunate enough to have, Keith Andrews helping me every day, and the players as well, that took me in. So, but yeah, who would have thought 2 years later I would have been in the Premier League? But that's what gives me confidence, when someone asks me, is Premier League the ceiling? It's not, because what I've achieved in 2 years, I don't think many people have. So I've told myself I've got here, and now I have to improve again to be better. I'm 26, I'm hoping I'll be sitting here in 2 years' time at 28, encouraging young lads and saying, listen, look at my journey, look what I've come, and hopefully they can be better than me, but I'm still ambitious no matter what. I think being here as well, I don't take this for granted. When I got the phone call, I was obviously going to come, and I still get butterflies every time I come here. So it's the same feeling I had 2 years ago that I have now, and that gives me confidence I'm going to push on.
No fear?
No fear, sir.